Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a seismic shift in global trade. The U.S. government, under President Donald Trump, has just announced a 10% tariff on all imports, with even higher taxes on goods from approximately 60 countries. This unprecedented move is sending shockwaves through the international market. But what does this mean for the global economy? How will this affect everyday consumers and businesses? And could this decision push the U.S. closer to a major economic downturn? Stay tuned as we break down every crucial detail, only here on Profit Powerhouse. The announcement was made from the White House, where President Trump declared this a historic moment, calling it Liberation Day. Using emergency powers, he has imposed a baseline tariff of 10% on all imports, stating that the U.S. has been ripped off for over 50 years. According to the administration, this is not a negotiation, but an urgent measure, meaning no individual country can make a deal before the tariffs take effect. However, that's not all. The president has also introduced what he calls reciprocal tariffs, which target specific countries based on the duties they impose on U.S. exports. The breakdown is as follows: China, 34% tariff; South Africa, 30% tariff; European Union, 20% tariff. The president made a bold statement: the European Union, they are tough traders, they rip us off, but not anymore. Additionally, a 25% tariff on all imported automobiles has been implemented, affecting one of the world's largest industries. Global economic impact. Economists and financial analysts warn that these drastic steps could have serious global consequences, and even the U.S. may not be immune. At the start of the year, the probability of a recession in the U.S. was around 20%. However, after weeks of tariff discussions, this likelihood jumped to 34%. Now, following today's announcement, experts predict an even sharper rise in economic uncertainty. President Trump remains steadfast, claiming that this move will make America wealthy again. But critics argue that it could be remembered for far different reasons. Market reactions. Japan's stock market takes a hit. Financial markets worldwide are reacting, with Japan being one of the hardest hit nations. Japan's Nikkei stock index plunged 4% in early trading, reflecting concerns over the new tariffs. Reports indicate that Japanese officials had hoped for an exemption, as was granted during Trump's first term. However, Japan is now facing a 24% tariff on all exports to the U.S., an increase that could cripple its economy. The Japanese automobile industry, which already faces a 2.5% tariff on U.S. exports, will now see a staggering 27.5% tax on cars sent to the U.S. This move places immense pressure on major automakers and could impact thousands of jobs. Japan's response and potential countermeasures. Many Japanese analysts are now considering retaliatory actions, but Japan faces a significant challenge. It imports almost no U.S. vehicles, meaning there is little room for direct countermeasures. However, some experts suggest that Japan may halt investments in U.S. factories, which could delay billions of dollars in economic contributions. The White House has previously emphasized Japan's strategic importance as the U.S.'s biggest ally in East Asia. But this tariff decision could strain that relationship. Political leaders are expected to negotiate further in hopes of securing a last-minute exemption. The bigger picture. Global trade shift. Beyond Japan, the ripple effect is being felt across Asia, Europe, and beyond. South Korea, China, and Japan have already discussed strengthening their economic ties in response to these new tariffs. If these countries unite, the U.S. could find itself isolated in global trade agreements. Economic experts warn of a potential tsunami effect, where countries retaliate with their own tariffs, leading to stagnation, inflation, and a decline in global demand. Security and political strategy. More than just trade. Some analysts argue that these tariffs are more than just economic warfare. They may be part of a broader geopolitical strategy. The Trump administration has linked trade discussions with security policies, forcing countries like Japan and South Korea to consider their positions carefully. As elections approach in both the U.S. and Japan, political maneuvering will play a key role in how these tariffs unfold. The governing party in Japan, for example, is unlikely to raise the issue publicly ahead of upcoming elections. The final verdict. With global markets in turmoil, international leaders scrambling, and economists predicting a downturn, the world is watching to see how the U.S. economy will respond. Will this decision boost American manufacturing or will it backfire and trigger a financial crisis? One thing is certain: this policy shift will reshape global trade for years to come. What do you think about these new tariffs? Will they help or hurt the US economy? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on the latest financial and economic news, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss an update from Profit Powerhouse.